Alright folks, welcome back to the shop. I apologize for not getting a video test of this new suppressor out sooner, but weather's been real bad down here in South Louisiana. And I actually wanted to do this out at the shooting range, but it's so wet and the grass so high, can't even see the target. So did it out the back of the shop, and still got some meter readings. I compared this suppressor with its normal configuration of just an end cap and 6 baffles in the blast baffle. Then I went to the configuration of the reflex mount with just 3 of the baffles in it, and it worked fine. Took some readings, went in and put the other 3 baffles in there, took some readings, and then shot it against it's a Mag Tactical. It's a 10-inch suppressor. It's a 30 caliber. It's probably a $600 to $800 suppressor without the tax stamp, so I had another $200 for that. But it functions pretty well, but I'm kind of anxious to get the numbers to look at them and see what we got. I shot 3 suppressed rounds in each one. I think that is about it. I haven't done any more drilling of titanium yet, but I did have a kind viewer, Kevin Braswell, donated me some carbide drills. So I'm anxious to get those going again. Thank you very much, Kevin. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much it means. I'd rather have tools donated to me any day than cash. Well, of course, cash can buy the tools, and Zeke will get to eat. But at any rate, there also might be a pause in videotaping here shortly. I'm going to have neck surgery, getting 2 discs replaced in my neck. I don't know what kind of recovery time I'm going to have on that, but we'll see. Who knows? It may give me more time in the shop, so just depending on how I feel. But at any rate, big shout out there to Kevin, because not only did he send me one, he sent me all 4 sizes that I would need to drill suppressor stuff, even up to an oddball size one to get you to the threads for a 5/8, about 24. So again, thank you very much. It's always good to have folks that support the channel. Once again, hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to edit together what I did. I set a camera up looking at the meter, so I may just do a picture-in-picture for each shot, and we'll have a look at it and then do some kind of summary at the end. I think that's it. Here we go. Alright, so about to take some noise level readings on this new suppressor here. Got the this peak meter, noise level meter, and I've got the SBR. Of course, you can hear Zeke barking inside there, but first we'll be testing it as a benchmark against this Mag Tactical suppressor. It's a regular store-bought suppressor, 10-inch stainless steel, rated at full auto. So we'll have a look at that. First test will still be just without the suppressor to set a benchmark. Got the peak meter set to record a max dB reading. Here we go, 1 round, unsuppressed. Starting to get the feel of how this meter works. It's more sensitive depending on what scale you're running in. I've lowered the scale to from 70 to 120. Before it was set at 30 to 130. But readings wasn't just quite what I was looking for as far as what I've read on the industry. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is slam the bolt home and see what we get on the reading. Should be around 78 decibels or so. Alright, this is the bolt closing on an AR. Alright, 89 decibels with just the bolt closing. Alright, We're going to take 5 rounds with the Mag Tactical Suppressor, and we'll have a look at that. We use that as a benchmark. 5 rounds. Alright, 99.9. Back to max. 97.5. .0. Well, fuck. Didn't hit the max button on that one. Try that one more time. .0. That still gives me a pretty good benchmark. Alright, we now have the Reflex Suppressor set up. The Form 1 Reflex Suppressor that I got set up. It's got 3 titanium baffles in it. So we'll see how that configuration works. Got it loaded up. Got the meter. That meter's set for max. We'll see if there's a first round pop on this or not. Here we go. Alright, 86. .97. .95. .87. .86. And that was the final shot on that one. Alright, that was with 3 baffles in it. Alright, in this configuration, still working on a Reflex Suppressor. Now has 4 baffles in it. 4 baffles. Still using the meter with the C weighting in the 70 to 120 dB range. .98. Fuck. Gotta remember to hit the max button. Just another round in here. Keep it all even. .87. .92.8. .7.5. .93. And that was actually all of them. Let's we'll change the configuration. I'm not paying much attention to the numbers right now, but when I review the video, give me some kind of idea. I can do some averages. Got 5 titanium baffles in the Reflex Suppressor. Still measuring the levels. We're 90 degrees and about 1 meter away from the muzzle. Right angles to it. 102. 88. 88.3. 93.4. 83.4. And that was actually the 5th round. So the next configuration will be with all 6 baffles inside of it. Once you open up a suppressor or haven't shot one for a while, here's what they call the first round pop. So we may throw out the highs and the lows when we do our averages. Let me put this last baffle in here and see what we get. Alright, this will be the final test on this. Last configuration, I've got all the baffles in it, 6. It's got a blast baffle and 6 titanium 45-degree cones. So we'll have a test and see what we get out of that. Alright, we're set to max. First round pop, 91.1. 88.4. 4.7. 88.1. 96.9. And that was the 5th round. So that completes the firing test. I'm going to go in and review this video and pull the numbers out. Again, we're set up with a relatively inexpensive noise level meter. It's at right angles to the barrel, 1 meter away from it. The range is set from 20 to 120 dB on fast response using a C weighting method. So, anyhow, let's crunch some numbers and see what we end up with. Here we go. Alright, well, I reviewed the videos, pulled out the numbers. This is the Mag Tactical. It's a store-bought 10-inch suppressor, rated at full auto. Again, I only got 4 data points on this one, but still I threw out the highs and the lows and come up with an average of 96.3. This is the Reflex Suppressor with 3 baffles in it. Threw out the high and the low, average 89.8. With 4 baffles, average was 94.5. With 5 it was 90.1. And with 6, all the ones I made were 89.2. What does all this information tell you? Hell, I don't know. I was standing in the mud trying to get this stuff done. But it wasn't scientific by any stretch. I mean, it wasn't a controlled environment. It's in between the shop and the woods. Probably a lot of echoes. But at any rate, it tells me something, that the human ear or the camera catches different sounds differently. Watching the video, I would disagree with some of these shots, but I don't think the meter's lying. It's hearing it the way it should. It goes to show you that on video, when somebody's testing a suppressor, it's hard to tell. These microphones will auto clip loud noises, and so I guess this is by far the most testing I've done as far as dBs. But what does it tell you? All of these are earplug safe. These are very comfortable to shoot all day with these numbers. Wasn't loud at all. I did shoot one that was without the suppressor. I think it was 105. I'll throw that in there. I still have to download that clip, but I think 105 dB was without the suppressor, and that was pretty loud. You wouldn't want to shoot that over and over again without earplugs. I actually took that shot without plugs, and it rang me a little bit. But anyhow, it was fun to put the numbers together. Hopefully the weather will get better, the water will recede, and things will get better around here. At any rate, here we go. Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing about this Reflex. Using it on this SBR, it's of course underneath the handguard, and that may not be the situation in all applications, but it is in mine. And for some reason, these suppressors tend to unscrew and leave the part on the barrel. So today what I ended up doing was putting a hex on there where I could reach in there with a 7/8 socket and take that off with. Makes it much easier when you're doing your initial build and getting everything squared away. Also, I wanted to compare, I shoot 300 blackout because it suppresses nicely. This is a 208 grain Hornady bullet, and this is a 223 Spear bullet. I think it might be a 62 grain, which is pretty big to standard. It's like 55 grain on a 223, but very big difference on the bullet weight and the projectile itself. Big difference. Yeah, one more thing I want to add to this video is don't start building a Form 1 till you actually have your Form 1 stamps in hand. Like I say, I definitely keep it legal. A lot of folks think I'm just building suppressors, but I paid $200 for every one I've built, and each one gets a little bit better. But at any rate, be sure you pay your taxes. Here we go. You messed up my book. That's my hard drive book. If you're going to bring it, you better bring it all. Bring it all to me. Every bit of it. Come on. Come on. Bring it here. Look at that mess you made. Let me have it. Zeke, heel. Heel. Zeke, heel. Ow, watch my fingers. Now what you gonna do with it? Left the piece on the floor. Darn dog. What about this one? Zeke, what about this one? You gonna chew my new magazine? Huh? What are you gonna do with that? Oh no, I ain't even read that yet. Come here. Bring it.